What is going on, and welcome to another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast, the beautiful game of life, part of the Believe Network. I'm Ramsey Abushala, editor of UrbanPitch.com, the co-directors of Vibes.
Oh, vibes.
Bridget Flores and Julian Araujo are here.
Vibes.
In the house.
We're back. Had a little bit of audio technical difficulties
Oh,
last
my
week. So we
God.
weren't able to get that episode out, but we are back. We're back with a vengeance. It's just
It was
us three in
behind the
studio
scenes. It wasn't our
today.
fault, guys.
Dang.
No, we're not gonna.
It was
put
a
the
nice
finger.
moment.
Yeah,
We shared a nice moment.
Yeah.
Thought we had a
shout out to our
connection.
guests. We might have them on again, so I'm not gonna ruin their name.
Yeah.
Or ruin the surprise. So it was a good interview, but I mean, you know,
Oh,
it's
it
just
was so
one of those
good. I
things
enjoyed it. I left like feeling so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, your audio was all missing. That's why we couldn't put it out.
Yeah, we were thinking that it might have been Bridget's fault, but we're not gonna point any
we're not
fingers.
gonna throw it out there. We're not gonna throw it out there.
It's
because it
not
could have
my
been
fault.
anyone's fault. It really
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, we're here in the studio today. It's a new day, and we got plenty to talk about.
We got
It's
that
a new
agua.
life.
Yeah, Julio's got the agua last day of dry January, even though it'll be February by the time this comes out.
Oh, so I'm drinking today.
Yeah.
Cheers to the last day.
Hey.
No, but
The strongest.
yeah. So we got like I said, we got plenty to talk about. There's a lot of stuff going on both in U.S. soccer and international football, I guess if you want to call it.
Football.
We're coming off of this weekend, and I guess last week we did. We were at Tailgate's first tailgate experience of the year. That will dropped. We dropped a video on that, so y'all check that out on the YouTubes. But you know, we gave you the vibes in the video. What about like the overall analysis of the game? What did y'all think?
I think we should talk about the vibes first before.
Well, we already did the vibes in the video.
Yeah, but I just wanted to throw a little comment out there because
Okay, yeah.
I feel like, as you can see in the video, the Galaxy's tailgate was way more live
Yeah.
than LAFC. But I feel like if you're gonna go for tailgate purposes, Dignity is your stadium.
Well, yeah, and we've talked about this before
Yeah.
too, because I mean that parking lot's huge. They got the A1, even the porta potties are like luxury porta
definitely.
potties. You know, they keep those maintained, and I mean it's just limited space in at BMO.
I was about to say the bank.
I know, yeah. So you can't because even the parking lot, you're gonna have to carry your
Yeah,
stuff back
definitely.
and forth. Whereas the Galaxy Stadium,
It's
is
all
right
there. You can do it in your
It's
car.
all right there. And then plus, I mean, it was Colombia.
Colombia.
Yeah, but if you want to go tailgate purposes, Dignity is your space. Your space. If you want to do if you want to do in the game, so outside of the game, Dignity takes it. But
Right.
if you want
Inside.
to
In stadium experience.
right. BMO. You
BMO.
gotta.
Right.
If they had Carson's tailgates
Oh, we
with
gotta mash it
BMO,
up.
yeah,
Dang.
man,
Whole nother
Maybe
game
that's
level.
SoFi.
maybe that's gonna be the Rose Bowl.
It
SoFi?
could be the Rose Bowl too. The Rose Bowl
could be the
tailgates
Rose
are-
Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, SoFi they don't do tailgates actually.
No, they don't.
But also SoFi, it's such a
massive.
to get out.
Well,
I hate
everywhere.
getting out.
I mean, even at Dignity, it took us a minute to get out. I mean, if anything, the BMO's parking lot situation is best because it's so small.
Oh, yeah.
But
That-
you're paying
but
$50.
I'm also
Oh my
referring to
God.
like Uber wise too. At SoFi, it's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
They need to
I mean,
figure
that's
that
massive.
system out.
I mean, that's
It's
like its own zip
huge,
code.
yeah.
You know, like they have its own neighborhood. They got, you know what I mean? They got the waterfall. They got the lake.
And then right next to the forum,
Right next to the
so then
forum too.
two
So if there's
events
double events
happening,
going on, it's
woo.
over. It's over.
forget about it.
Forget about it.
No, but I mean, what about the games itself? Obviously, you know, we saw a very young U.S. men's national team roster. Shout out to DeJuan Jones making his men's national team debut on Wednesday, making his first start on Saturday. He played well. I mean,
played well.
You know, we talked about this off mic.
Today's episode is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting this season. Everything from NFL playoffs to pro and college basketball, UFC, MMA, and more. You'll always find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. With live betting options, free contests, and live scores for almost any sport or game imaginable. BetOnline is truly the fastest and easiest way to bet all of your favorite leagues and events. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your rewards. BetOnline.ag, where the game starts.
but the Urban Pitch Boost is,
Urban Boost.
It has a long shelf life. So we had Dewan
definitely.
on. Dewan was, I think, one of our first
He
guests.
came out April-ish.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
boost is starting off well.
And I mean, he scored a goal like shortly after that. But now, I mean, it's evergreen. You know, it's not just a 2-week thing. It's not just a month-long thing. You come on the Urban Pitch podcast. It's. I mean, at least a year. At least.
Yeah,
you know?
Abraham
we'll
came
see.
a few months.
Yeah. So
and
in
then
addition
signed to
in addition-
LAFC.
Yeah, in addition to Dewan, Abraham Romero.
Shout out to him, our
signed
friend.
with LAFC's first team. He was with Las Vegas Lights, who were the LAFC affiliate up until recently. We'll get into that as well. And then Katie Johnson coming to Angel City FC. So
Yep.
I mean,
Urban
Urban Boost.
Boost.
Like, who's next?
I don't
Come
know.
on by.
Come on down. Yeah, hit us up.
Test the waters
Test
out.
the waters. If you wanna, if you feel like you don't know what you're doing with your life on the contract situation, come on up.
Come on
by.
over.
Yeah,
Come on
yeah.
over. We'll put you on.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
We got
Bridget,
you.
Bridget might be a little bit intimidating, but you know, it's
What?
Yeah,
Me?
it's-
How am I
yeah.
intimidating?
she
I bring
she
all the
warms up quick.
vibes.
You know what I mean? Like so.
She's like the person that got like an A in the class project that we did, but whatever.
Yeah.
You can jump on and like I
This
guess you
is
can be
the-
part of this Urban Boost.
This is the first time I'm on
Urban
the
Pitch
other
Boost.
side.
So like, I guess you got lucky for coming on with this great cast that we already have here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you, bro.
Yeah, love you too, man. Love you too, King. All right. Anyways, let's get back to the U.S. men's national team. We've been on a couple of divergent paths here, but I think it was cool to see some young names, especially Zendejas and Brandon Vasquez. Zendejas particularly on Wednesday, even though we lost. He was making some plays. He was dynamic in the midfield, and he's just a really talented young player.
Sonora as well.
And yeah. So, what were you guys' overall thoughts about the roster and where we currently sit? Now here in the January camp where things are kind of in flux.
I think that it was really nice to see just like fresh legs out there doing their thing, debuting, making a name for themselves. I think for me, Zendejas and Vasquez, I feel like they had a strong appearance.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go to the Colombia game because I had my friend's wedding.
Ooh.
I had my friend's wedding. Chill.
She's got other stuff. Her priorities are.
I'm
obviously
a
not,
busy person, okay? But at the Serbia-USA game, I think they did a really good job. They didn't take the win, but I think that it was a good match for the ones that are trying to put a name to themselves and show what they have to make it to the roster. I think it was a good way to make that happen. And Serbia was on the other end. Serbia was really strong, and I was really impressed with them as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Serbia had a whole NBA team there.
Yeah, they
Solid
had.
heck.
Yo,
We saw Vlade Divac.
hey,
Vlade
Vlade
Divac
Divac
is in
was
the, is in the crowd. All their guys were. I mean, they got some big.
They got some
guys
tall
and-
men.
No, but
those
like,
Eastern Europeans.
talking back to the
Bridget,
game.
Easy.
No, but talking about the
Serbians
game
in
before
the
we become like Bridget's like bachelor party. No, but like you can see O'Neal, like young guy, did great.
Yeah. Kate Cowell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Cowell was doing
told
good,
you,
too.
That guy's promising. He has so much pace. As well as Dewan came in second half against Serbia. He did his thing. Had a great little play down the sideline.
Right.
But yeah, like I feel like the team is young. It's promising. Like some of these kids are going to go to Europe. Some of these kids are already in Europe.
Yeah.
So it's just great because they already have a base of players playing in Europe. So you can see that the U.S. promising people in the pipeline is going to be great. And I just had to bring this up, but we might have seen Chicho's last game in L.A.
Oh yeah,
Colombia.
Yeah, he's going. Was it
Hello,
Pachuca?
parce.
Yeah.
Pachuca.
Which is kind of crazy to me that. I mean, if you're going to sell a player of his caliber in his prime, I mean, you'd think that somewhere in Europe would be the destination, but to lose him to a same, no disrespect to Liga MX or Pachuca. I mean, they're obviously very talented and a good spot for Chicho to end up. But if you're going to lose this guy, like you want him to go to a team that's going to pay him.
I feel like he was
AKA
just getting
pay you.
started.
No, definitely.
You know what I mean?
They got double for what they paid for him.
Yeah, so I mean, it is a good return, but I mean, like you want to keep that guy for as long as you can, even though I mean,
They weren't gonna pay him. I feel like LAFC never valued the player that he was. For some reason, I felt like they always could get somebody better. They always thought they can get somebody better just for the simple reason that every time there's like this market opens up, his name was the first one to be like, he might be gone, and he deserved to get paid. He deserved his money. He wanted a DP deal, but LAFC is set on getting a young player just so they can work that salary cap. But yeah, man, he's gonna be missed. He was the most productive forward, but now you still got Opoku, Bella, and Boakman on top. So still promising. Now we just need to get the depth going.
He was, like you said, the most productive. I feel like he's the most consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yep,
even with Vela, like, like it would just seem like he would go through spurts where he was inspired, and then other times where it's like, he just was really flat for extended periods of time.
So 50 plus games, 30 plus goals.
Yeah.
So
Arango gave you that energy day in and day out. He's getting
had
dudes'
the passion,
faces. He was
tell.
kind of nasty. Like he's a guy you want on your squad.
Yeah, he's not the most like talented player to go 1-on-1, but he has the nose for the goal.
He gives it all.
Yeah,
he gives it all. He leaves it all on the field, and you can see it just like his charisma, the way his body language, the way he moves. I hate to see him go, but I love to watch him leave.
So yeah, man, a lot of females were going to be sad to let him go. They were sad when he went up to the stands and kissed his wife.
That too. We were like, who is that?
Oh no, that's his wife.
Oh damn, he's married.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe you just pulled that line off.
I know. Back and forth, soccer team.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
the line
you
is
see
right
what
there.
I'm saying?
But yeah,
She's worked that line since the morning.
I've been waiting.
She's been workshopping.
We were
She's been
talking in the
workshopping
morning.
that one. Yeah.
She was ready for that one.
That's the type of man you do it for.
Yeah. Continuing on the trend of players moving. Another guy who moved on loan, not a permanent. And Chicho, for the record, is rumored. It's not.
No, it's confirmed.
It's not. Is it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it confirmed?
Well, on the way here, it was confirmed that he's even at Pachuca.
Okay, I what I saw, I think it was
I thought
early
it
this
was,
morning
like,
that it was like
sources
that it was
say-
the deal was being finalized, but it wasn't like official yet. But I mean, anyways,
Yeah. We could be wrong.
Yeah, a more official player movement.
I'm not Fabrizio, but
Right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Weston McKennie moving on loan from Juventus to Leeds United.
Leeds United States.
Yeah, Leeds United States, right? Like Leeds USA. Joining Jesse March, the head coach. Brendan Aronson and Tyler Adams, all three or four really have been huge parts of U.S. soccer. Like Marsh, probably the most prominent American coach. Tyler Adams, obviously the captain. Brendan Aronson, dynamic young player, and then McKennie, who Julio and I, Bridget, I think you agree with us too, is probably the best player on best American player right now.
Yeah, definitely.
He's top notch for sure.
Yeah.
So at first it was McKennie for me, like no doubt, but now like Tyler Adams, McKennie, like. They
That
go back and forth.
dynamic?
They go back and forth just because Tyler, I just like
He's got that dog in him. Like
Yeah,
Chicho,
he does.
You know, he's
Tyler
got that
Adams
dog
got
in him.
that dog in him. Like,
That's why he's a captain.
that guy is crazy. Like, I'm watching highlights on on the things, the petty things he's done on the field, and it's just funny. Like, one of his teammates get kicked, and then the one player's going for the ball, kicks the ball out of his hand.
He
and
has
looks at
that-
him like, what you want to do?
He has that Sunday league energy.
He has my energy. Like, that's
He
right.
has the hoop energy. He does.
And that's what you want out of a player in that position. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Where he's running all, he's going all over the field, playing
break
different
plays.
roles. You know what I mean? Breaking plays up, making plays offensively. But one thing that I wanted to ask you guys, obviously, Juventus. Hit with a bunch of sanctions, so they're trying to their second cheating scandal in the last I think
10 years,
decade, which is crazy. So obviously they're looking to offload some players because they were docked points. I think they were
13
Had to
points.
forfeit
fine.
some
Yeah.
games like that.
So him leaving Juventus, which is obviously one of the prime names in European soccer, to Leeds United, which isn't doesn't have they play in the Premier League. And he's going to be like an everyday player for them. But would you guys have wanted to see McKennie kind of stay on the level of a Juventus, or do you like him going to kind of like a more mid-tier team where he's going to have a bigger role?
I like him to move to the EPL because now he's playing in one of the best leagues. Arguably, back and forth, La Liga or EPL are the best two leagues in the world. Now he's playing at the top league. Of course, his team's not the best team in the league, but day in and day out, he's gonna be playing against players that are thought as one of the better players in the world. So he's gonna step into a role where I don't really know what position he's gonna play, because I feel like he's gonna have to win that right wing center mid spot, but he can show what he can do for the future. He can either sink or swim. Like, you're playing out in the best league. Now you could either be one of the better players in the league or be a player that, like, okay, you're good at medium levels, you're not good at the top tier levels.
Right. But I mean, he had a pretty significant role on Juventus. Which was, I mean, consistently one of the better teams in Europe. But Bridget, what do you think?
I feel like given where Juventus is at right now, for him to step away and go on to the Premier League, I think this is a good thing for him. I mean, he's a young player. He's just, this is going to be an opportunity for him to kind of showcase what he can do in a different space and then just elevate his game. And then on top of that, he gets to play and like hang out with his, his buddies. Anderson, what is it? Anderson.
Him and Tyler Adams grew up together.
Yeah.
Dude, I think their dynamic is so cute. Like, they're so funny.
Yeah, he surprised him at the press conference.
I know, that was so cute.
And Leeds United has great cheers. Like, have you seen the
the American boy, Chancellor Brendan Anderson.
Really? Yeah, they have the American boy for. Yeah, you gotta say Brendan Anderson.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be great to see what they come up with for McKennie.
Right. And, it is good that he comes into a comfortable situation, right? Because especially for players in one country moving abroad, I think it's going to England is less like of a jump than maybe like to somewhere where they don't speak, English primarily. But even still, like going to a new going to a new league, going to a new team can be, that's an obstacle to overcome.
Definitely.
I think now coming with an American head coach, an American
and your best friend in the team,
I know,
and so I'm excited watching him play. I'm sure Leeds United is going to be on NBC for the Premier League. They're not going to put it on the on Peacock and make us pay for it, but maybe they will.
Now they probably will.
Yeah, right. But switching topics now, we can go. I mean, I mentioned this earlier. LAFC now has a LAFC dos. Yeah. Los. I mean, not to say Los Dos stealing from the Galaxy, but now with MLS Next Pro coming into the fold, we're seeing the MLS affiliated USL teams shift to MLS Next Pro. So, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Because I think in terms of like overall performance and like fan attendance, a lot of the MLS affiliate like LA Galaxy 2, Toronto FC 2, Timbers 2, that were playing in USL Championship were often at the bottom of like the attendance, because obviously the MLS teams aren't going to put the marketing effort behind their second teams as much as somewhere in like I don't know, like a New Mexico United or what's the other one?
Sacramento,
Indy 11. All these. Yeah, Sacramento, exactly.
Shadow, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. So like what are you guys' thoughts on now this kind of rivalry between MLS Next Pro and USL, and what do you think it does for the kind of US soccer landscape?
I think it's great. I don't think they should worry about wins and losses, because I feel like in this country you care about a lot about wins and losses. But that team should be more about growing and seeing that development, opposed to seeing like they're winning 30 games, but if they're like doing it in the wrong way, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't be about wins or losses. It should be more about
development of
the players. Shout out to Diego. He's right there right now. He's a buddy of mine. Hopefully they announce him soon. But it'll be great. It'll be especially a lot of the players are players from LA, so it can give that road from playing in these streets to joining one of the biggest teams in MLS.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I think this is an area where I'm like, okay, I definitely don't know too much about, and I'm at a point where I'm like starting to learn a little bit more about what it means, especially me growing up like as a female. Like, there's already very limited opportunities to go into professional soccer, and then to learn about all these gateway opportunities that there exist for men. I'm just like mind blown that there's this many possibilities and different academies and different places to play. But for me, I was wondering, like, does this mean that they will be in competition, or could it be more exposure to the teams that are? So let's say MLS Next takes the teams that are affiliated with them, and then what USL now becomes its own identity. It could be like, it could go two ways, obviously, but Could it be that USL gets more exposure to other teams that didn't have as much exposure? Will it become a competition?
Right. Yeah. So I think that's a good question. So like a lot of these, a lot of the like with Las Vegas Lights and LAFC, the Lights are their own franchise. They're their own. They're not under LAFC, but they're affiliated in that they can send players back and forth. And like when we were talking to Abraham, they train here in LA and play in Las Vegas. So I think in that sense, it's better for it to be centralized, where LAFC is practicing with LAFC, and they're not going back and forth. For the player, from a player standpoint, I think it's better, at least in that
you have
example, in that certain example,
and for teams as well, because the bigger market teams never do good at USL just because
they're competing with
with bigger teams. Like, but if you go to like little farm cities towns, small towns, I'm gonna say farm.
Yeah, my apologies. Be respectful.
But like these small towns, the teams that have the bigger attendance, like I think Indy 11 had like
11 is always up there. New Mexico's always up there.
So like these smaller market teams, they always do great because that's the only thing they can go watch. That's the closest thing to any pro sport. So I think it's smart in the way that the bigger market teams take that away from that league, because now these little teams can get the. I'm not gonna say this teams in small cities,
smaller markets.
Yeah, smaller markets. They can get that more exposure. Besides getting overshadowed by some of these prospects that never make it out of there.
Yeah, and I think this kind of plays into not necessarily, but like the whole promotion and relegation debate, which is, I don't know if we're gonna get into the weeds of all that, just because that's
complicated.
I mean, not even it's complicated, but it's a very hotly debated topic, and we can go hours, and it's been done for arguably overdone. But I think from like a storytelling perspective, there does have benefits to promotion relegation, in addition to a lot of other like playing for what are you playing for, like the stakes obviously raised. But I think I'm conflicted in that I do like that MLS is starting to put more emphasis on academies, and developing young players, and maybe not having the games mean winning, like wins and losses mean everything. Because I mean, we in youth soccer, you see that the coaches will put winning a priority over developing players, and that's hurt a lot of youth soccer players specifically in this country. Whereas you go to Europe, you go to South America, it's all about developing skill. It's all about learning the game, and if you lose, you lose, but you learn how to play as a team. And in the U.S., I mean, you hear stories about teams just employing the worst brand of soccer, and when you're at a young age, when the players aren't very skillful, you can kind of play like some cheap brand of soccer and win games, even though the players on your team aren't necessarily better than the other team.
Definitely.
So I think I do think that there is value in that, but I don't know. I kind of like having USL, and I hope it's not too detrimental to USL is what I'm saying, because I mean we've already seen Nisa, which has been the third division of. It
was second division. Now it became. No, third.
I think it was third. I think it's always been third. I'm not entirely sure.
No, I think that they try to become that push, and then the U.S. Federation was like, you know what? No, you guys don't qualify. You guys are third division.
And I mean, Nisa's been pretty. You haven't heard much from Nisa
after that.
In the last year at least. So with lower level soccer, especially in this country, being not really like a viable business, you're not really operating on high. There's a lot of expenses and maybe not as many profit opportunities as there are on the higher levels. I hope that USL can continue to thrive and excel in addition to MLS Next Pro. So from a storytelling perspective, that's where pro rel, and if having everything open and all that, but it's just never going to happen here in the U.S. unless we blow up the whole system. But that also brings up the next topic was Wrexham FC, who recently, So just to give a quick background for those who haven't been following, but I'm sure most of the people listening have. Julio, you wanna
I'll
do
go
it?
for it.
Yeah, you're a big fan.
No, so yeah, basically Wrexham is
It's your team.
no. So
That's
Ryan
your show.
Reynolds and the guy from Sunny.
Always Sunny Philadelphia. His name McKennie.
I always get his name
Yeah,
wrong, so I'm not even gonna
yeah,
push.
yeah.
I'm not gonna let people
McKennie.
make fun of you. They bought a non-league affiliated team from like EPL.
No, from England.
From
not
England.
EPL.
No, they're
In Wales.
in Wales. Yeah, so their whole business thing is to get this team and move it up the ranks to hopefully one day play in the EPL.
Right.
But they're basically in the 5th tier.
Right.
So in England, there's 4 levels of soccer that are pro, and then the 5th tier is they call it non-league, meaning
Right.
that you're not affiliated to the
EFL, the English Football League.
Yeah, so they have a team right now that they invested a lot of money in. They brought a lot of players, and this past Saturday,
Yeah, it was over the weekend.
Yeah.
They tied Sheffield,
which is one of the teams that is
in the
in the championship,
second division.
and they are in talks of getting promoted to the EPL. And it was a heck of a game.
Yeah.
3-3. They have to play again in February.
They were up 3-2, and then I think they were up a man as well. I think
Yeah.
Sheffield had someone sent
They
off.
got a red card. So yeah, they're playing for the FA Cup. The FA Cup is basically like the
US Open Cup.
US Open Cup. So everybody that's playing in England can play for this cup, and they're the only non-league team still in the tournament.
Yep.
And they just tied one of the. It's basically like tying one of the USL teams.
Right.
It's like what Cal United did a few years back when they beat most of the teams and they beat Seattle Sounders, and then they got smacked, I think, by the Galaxy or something.
Yeah.
But it was record, like nobody has ever made it that far. So this is what Wrexham is doing. But they're saying like now that Wrexham is getting a lot of fans in the U.S., is that detrimental to U.S. soccer?
Yeah, so I think some MLS fans are complaining that U.S. like American fans are starting to care more about this little team from Wales more than they do their local MLS team.
I just like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
Whatever he does,
Ryan Reynolds,
I'll follow.
And
Yeah,
he's funny. He's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've conflicted feelings.
No,
about
you
Ryan
can't talk
Reynolds.
about Deadpool like that, bro.
I know Deadpool's so
Hilarious.
good.
Yeah, Free Guy kind of sucked. Anyways, okay, that's this is the whole. This is
You're
the
about to
whole
go
stuff.
through all the movies.
I know, yeah.
We're
But
about to end our friendship.
him and Blake Lively have a great relationship. I
Yeah,
will say
they're
that.
cute.
I will say that. So now people are saying like, why is everyone starting to care about this team, this small team across the Atlantic Ocean, when MLS is struggling to really build a nationwide, like there's a core MLS fan group, but there's like that like kind of casual MLS fan is not really existent. Like you see now with F1, now you see with Wrexham, now you see with some other kind of like quote unquote fringe sports in the US that are starting to gain momentum. And so MLS has struggled with this, and I think they will continue to struggle with this because
They're making a change though. I don't know if you've seen what Apple with the whole Apple contract has entailed. That they want more teams to have their own. Of course, they have to bring their own camera crews, which is a big little fight with the whole partnership with Apple. But they are making them to make more videos of like behind the scenes, like like you know how like the Lakers have Axel's Lakers and
right.
So people can like. Because people are more invested when they think they know the person.
Exactly. So, but the problem with Apple is that you're putting a paywall in front. So you're putting another barrier in front of fans to becoming MLS, becoming interested in MLS. Whereas, FX, the show's on FX, which is on basic cable. It's part of the Hulu package.
Shout out to Hulu.
Yeah, shout out to
no,
Hulu.
No, you guys ain't paying us.
Right.
Yeah, beep that.
bleep
No
that
free
out.
promo. No free
plug.
promo.
But so, so I think MLS, they have it's like they get it, but they don't, right? They're having trouble building fan like momentum
Culture.
because building a culture because everything is just
It's
very
because the
stale.
U.S. is uncultured. Like
I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's that.
There
Like
has
that
to
parent,
be no.
that
Well, I
parent that
mean,
uses that head backwards, like I'm still hip.
Yeah.
it's just like I think that MLS is trying to identify with fans, but they're not hitting the right point.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think a big part of it is culture. And if you think about it, like Central America has a way of like talking and feeling the passion behind the game. Mexico and their fans have like a certain way. Like Europe has a certain way of going about their game, like, and there's a passion behind it. I don't know exactly what it is, but I feel like it's missing here, and we just can't get attached to it in that way. So people find it somewhere else.
Right. Yeah. And I agree with you. They're not hitting the right markets.
You gotta hit the right spot.
Right.
Hey yo.
Chill.
Gotcha.
But so
Got
I
him.
think what I think MLS is trying to operate like other American professional sports leagues. The problem is, unlike the NBA, unlike the NFL, unlike Major League Baseball, they're not the top level. Like all three of those leagues, even NHL hockey, those are the top leagues in the respective sports. MLS is like 6th at best. You can argue they're like 7th, 8th, 9th, maybe fringe top 10.
No. There was a World Cup study that we were 6th.
Right, in terms of players at the World Cup, right?
So
but you can say,
but that
you can say
mean,
the Eredivisie or Portugal's league, or Brazil's league. You can say that the
you cannot.
level. You can. It's debatable. The fact that we sent a lot of players to the World Cup doesn't mean
it does mean a lot.
I'm saying it's not definitive, though. It's a good argument for MLS's favor.
It's a part of the puzzle.
Right.
But
it's a
not
part
the
of the
whole
puzzle. But
thing.
you can say like the Brazilian league, the Dutch league, and the a Portuguese league are all all have better, maybe not players, but better storylines, more fan engagement.
Definitely. Definitely. I'll give you that.
It's not definitive what we're 6th, right? We're anywhere between 6th and 8th.
You can't have the passion that you have in some of these countries due to the reason of we are woke here. Meaning, no, definitely, because like if you see now, don't do that. Don't do that.
Go ahead.
Drop your phone because that's what you get.
Dude,
no, but I'm saying
explain yourself.
No, like because like some of these fans, if you see these games, the way they talk to some of these players, like it's crazy. Italy, the things they do.
So if there's more racism in MLS, you're saying if they're throwing bananas at certain players, then
kicking
players.
Hey, I'm not trying to mean. I'm trying to mean that, but I'm saying like that comes with that passion sometimes, which it sucks. But like I think, but the thing is like we like the way they bring like not even that like talk about like when they bring the little flare guns, like the safety protocols that we follow, some of these countries do not follow. Like it can get scary in some of these stadiums.
So woke culture has gone too far, is what you're saying in America, and that's why MLS
sucks.
I don't know about that.
Now looking back at it, you kind of forget what I said.
First of all, who said that?
No, I understand what you're saying. No.
Yes, I'm kicking it with our producer.
So you might have You might have. I get that. Like you're saying, the passion is not there.
Like it's
not,
limited.
It's not. I don't think it has to do with like political correctness or like wokeism or anything like that. I just think that it's not like American soccer fans don't have that like passion ingrained in them that somewhere in South America or even or in Europe or Europe has.
But no, just even that. Like if we can like bring that little football culture, how people like paint their faces.
Okay.
Like they had like that into the to the stadiums, it would be great. Like if we can bring that football culture and better tailgates.
It's going back to what I was saying, like other countries have found a way to ingrain their culture inside of soccer, inside of football, inside of football. Like they know.
Can you say another language?
Calcio.
Like they've learned how to. They've like taken it into their identity, and it's theirs, and it's like that. Is what America doesn't have because we don't like it. Just American soccer is like American soccer, like even that sounds boring, like
no, but like Argentina,
it's just like we have no connection to it that can say like that's our culture.
I agree, and so now it's MLS's like challenge. The onus is on MLS to create.
Hire me, MLS. I got you.
No, but I feel like LAFC's done a great job though.
LAFC's done a pretty good job.
And I think that
Atlanta
LAFC,
United, but because they know the culture, like Atlanta United
is good too.
Atlanta United knows like, all right, so let's be honest, what runs the country is hip hop. Atlanta United brought all these ATL legends to the stadium. Kanye went to the game, like
right.
I don't know about
it's
Kanye
because
now,
they need
but
to talk to the people that are making it happen.
Yeah,
it's the people of color. It's the people that identify with what they had back home or what they saw themselves growing up with. Like that's who it is.
Because for so many years,
that's on an individual team basis.
No, but for so many years, basketball has ran culture. Like how they dress, most people want to dress.
Yeah.
But outside of the U.S., soccer ran culture. So every time you're like, oh, what are you dressed like? You from you out of town? Like that was like, I remember before when things were still baggy, them tight soccer pants was something I wore, but that's because they out of the U.S.
indoor shoes.
Yeah, but now that has intertwined.
That's in now.
So now like what they have to do is just figure a way out. Like now, like LAFC, Angel City FC, showing this carpet, like how the basketball. So like individuals can bring their own style. I feel like we should be more of that.
But I think it's more on like a macro level. Like what is it that's missing for MLS to do that for every team? To be like, this is the marketing we have as MLS.
And that's my point that I was going to bring. So individual teams can do their own job and they can, it's on them. But MLS has to do something on like the macro level, a league-wide thing.
Did you just mansplain what I just said?
Yeah. No, I'm not
definitely.
How's that mansplaining? No.
I literally just said that.
Yeah, and I'm repeating what you said.
But for some reason, your point made a little more sense.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
If I was mansplaining it to you, I would like if Julio said something and I would explain it to you. Do you understand what that means? Yeah. I'm just agreeing. I'm building off of your point.
You probably wouldn't.
I'm building off your point.
I gave you the layup.
Exactly. You dished the assist, and which I if you go back, I actually brought it up first. But anyways,
whoa.
Ramsey always trying to win.
Yeah.
No.
Don't think you're better because you're a man.
But so now what the league has, it's trying to copy like marketing tactics from NBA and NFL and MLB, but they don't have that because they don't have the top level. They cannot build a stars league like the NBA did, like with David Stern, because MLS doesn't really have stars, and the stars that they bring are like European stars that are maybe past their prime or budding young stars who are not going to stay for very long, right? So the stars that they have are either going to retire in the league and they're past their prime, or they're looking to get them out of there. So that's not a really viable marketing option. And then another thing is the storytelling from like with Wrexham, where you have like this David versus Goliath thing, where you have the little team, the little whatever fish that could, or the little engine that could, right? That's beating these bigger teams and rising like up the ladder. We can't do that because the system's closed. So we need to find something that kind of can still engage fans with the talent level that we have and the closed system.
I got this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Adidas, Gucci, MLS jersey drop.
And that's promoting to who?
Everybody.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, but
hey, Adidas,
that's a trend
with Adidas.
It's a marketing trend.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
No, but like people like
jerseys. Yeah.
Like make some exclusive ones. Like Venetia, this guy was out here.
Okay, that's cool, but also make them affordable.
Sure.
Yeah,
and cool because for the most part, I think Adidas has done a better job lately. But for the most part, I don't think you could say Adidas has like made like iconic MLS kits year in and year out.
I got this. MLS signed with Nike.
Or now that the league has kind of like maybe outgrown its Adidas partnership. Shout out to Adidas. I love Adidas, but maybe make it open like other leagues do, where you have different teams
definitely.
rocking different brands.
And then that could be the
which
game
is
changer.
Another like largely American thing, like Nike in the NBA and NFL. It used to be Reebok, it used to be Adidas with those respective leagues. Majestic was with MLB, now it's Nike as well. So that's another thing that's like kind of like specific to European soccer, where each team has their own kit supplier, and that's like something that they can generate revenue from. Because
but the thing is, the reason they did it is because LAFC jersey will sell more often than
Real Salt Lake.
Yeah.
No, and that's the thing. So LAFC could be making more money off of that, because that is a team that has more value. Like their kit sponsorship is more valuable than like a team that doesn't sell as many jerseys. So you could say that they could be bringing in more money, and you can kill the salary cap, have them spend however much money that they can for getting bigger players, and that would increase the interest in the league. That's just one. I think that's a good point. Yeah. But
is it a good point because you said it, or
no? You said it. You said it.
All right, cool.
I was agreeing with you.
When can we sign up for the next marketing class with you?
Not me. Master
class.
I don't know.
Business 101.
You guys are providing the ideas here. I'm agreeing
And
with
you're
y'all's
just
ideas.
making money off of them. You see
I'm
what
not
I'm
making.
saying?
I'm not making any money off of these
Sheesh.
ideas. These are not my
Always-
IPs.
Oh, Raz,
Always
my God,
profiting
dude.
off
Yeah,
the little
Raz,
ones.
that's how-
well, to be honest, I didn't sign. You didn't give me a NDA, so it's on you. That's on you. You didn't.
He's like that video vixen that explains who she slept with.
What? We're not gonna go there.
That was a bad comparison, but it worked. It worked. It makes y'all laugh.
Oh my goodness.
So
So anyway,
So am I Amber Rose or Vita Guerra? like which?
but
video
it's a
makes
Ford.
it?
You a bad one. But you didn't know, but this is a Ford.
Oh
a Honda
my
Accord.
God, dude.
Just saying. You wouldn't get Ford.
For you, baby. That was completely out of left field, dude. I'm losing it.
Hey, you know, I gotta bring the happiness. It was getting too serious in this little podcast right now.
Yeah.
Get some laughs in.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't get as many laughs as when we bring guests.
When we do it,
Now, when we have guests around, we laugh way more than we just us three.
Really?
Yeah, because Bridget be bringing them down. Like,
Bro, what?
no, it's
are
not
you
Bridget's
talking
fault.
about?
That's not
me.
Bridget's fault. I love blaming Bridget more than anyone else here, but I think that
Yeah.
it's not her
playing.
fault.
I'm
Don't come
joking.
for me.
No, I'm
It's not her
joking.
fault. It's not her fault. But she did say I'm a mansplainer, which I still don't. I'm not
Sexist,
seeing.
that's
I don't
what-
get it. No, I'm not. I don't. But maybe I need to learn. Maybe I need to listen.
You gotta, yeah.
Maybe.
I'm here
Yeah,
to.
you
I'm
need to
here.
listen.
I'm here for you, and I'm listening.
This is what you
I'm
call
trying-
growth.
You
just
need-
I'm trying to be an ally
Boom.
You
here.
need to be more supportive.
I'm trying to be an ally here. That's
know what I'm saying?
That's all. You know what I mean? So
saying?
so Bridget, is there any other
yeah.
grievances that
Anything that you want to talk about that
There's
we
a
have
few
shut you down
things.
before?
This is a new segment that we have called Bridget's Corner. So
Yeah.
Bridget, we're gonna give you the
Literally.
mic. Yeah. This is your time to shine. We're gonna let you talk and
Put your mic down.
We're just here to listen.
Yeah, please, thank you. So I just think that sometimes you guys think you know more than me, and I feel like first of all I should start off the show because I have more charisma, more personality. I could be like,
Okay, we tried.
hi
It didn't
everybody, welcome to Urban Kids Podcast.
The segment's over.
I was really about to give a whole spiel.
Get that BS.
I've been
started.
waiting. I've been waiting for this moment. Hold up. Let me just.
Segment over.
I feel like the first 5 minutes should just be me, and then you guys walk in.
We gave you the ad read, and you did. I mean, you need more than one take, but I mean, you
Yeah.
did a good job.
She was like MLS shootouts. Like we tried it. We tried it. It just didn't work.
Hey, no, MLS. Maybe MLS needs to bring back the shootouts.
Hey,
That-
I think
I
that'd be
think they should bring it for the
super
All-Star
sick.
games.
Yeah.
For the All-Star game, not
It
for like
should, right?
not for the game because it messes up with the game
Sanctity of
the
soccer,
game. But like
right?
for the All-Star game, if they bring that up, like
That'd
that'd be great.
Sick. That'd
yeah,
be super
but I mean,
sick.
like, who's like the All-Star game would have to go to penalties.
No, I'm saying like no, you know how they have
But if
sports
they're,
challenges like 3-point. It should be a
yeah,
shootout.
like it should
Yeah.
be like a skill
Oh, okay.
challenge.
Who can?
They
who could be the
did. I
best
mean,
one?
they did what they did. Goalie Wars last year, but they didn't even televise it.
So wants to see that shit.
No, that's fire. You
What
know what I'm talking
does it
about?
consist of?
Huh? The goalie wars? It's like the goalies try to score on each other. Like
Oh,
from,
that'd be sick.
from
Did you just
cross.
kick the ball harder?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's like,
But there, what you see, there's no
but then
promotion to
I
that.
know exactly.
Where
so,
is that at?
I went to the All-Star game when they had it out here.
Uh
I think they should have it out here again because they won the supporter shield, right?
huh. I don't know if how that's how it works. I'm not sure because we didn't win it.
No, that year we
No,
had
the
it here,
year that we
the
won
year
it, it was
before.
gonna
Right,
happen out
that's
here,
right.
and then
in
COVID.
2020,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was here, but it was here 2021.
No, because we won it 2019.
I know.
It was here.
But then,
but then
it
like
was
COVID
here
year.
because it canceled, and then it did
Yeah.
come here. It did
Oh
come
yeah,
here.
but there was no like
Not last year,
no
but the year before.
No audience, I think, right?
No, there's.
No, I was
audience.
there.
We were there.
I was
We were
there.
there.
I was
Yeah,
there.
we were there
Yeah,
covering it.
Damn, that's crazy.
You awesome.
Oh yes.
You were there. Now stop it.
I wasn't out around that time. Anyway,
There's
They won't
there's
let me out.
outside circumstances
Locked
that were.
up.
there's
They won't
extenuating
let me out.
circumstances that
Yeah.
we're not gonna talk about.
They
But
It's
won't
a
I
new
let
don't,
me
year.
but
out.
I don't think that's how they. I don't think that's how they decide the.
Yeah,
the
I believe
All-Star
so.
game. I think that's
Comment
just coincidence.
if I'm wrong.
Let us know. Let us
Yeah.
know how it works.
Yeah, maybe I am trying to just be right all the time.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe
But-
you're mansplaining.
That's not mansplaining.
Let's not do that.
Do you know what
narrative.
mansplaining means? Mansplaining is when I'm just kidding.
No,
I
I was about to drop the
no,
mic.
Randy, that's manscaping.
Oh
Dang.
my goodness, dude. What else we got? We just went on a 15-minute detour there, but what else we got?
What's his name?
Will made
Julian.
it? Yeah, right.
Will made it.
I know.
No, what's his name? Julian
Araujo, the failed
Is he
Barcelona.
gonna go to FC Barcelona?
That sucks. Cause like I've talked about this guy before, and I've said I feel like he has outgrown the MLS.
Right.
He should be playing in a bigger team. Of course, he was gonna play for Barcelona, but he was gonna play for Barcelona B. But this kid, like I feel like he's not challenged enough, and now he's just going through the motions.
Yeah.
He needs a bigger league, and it would have been great for the LA Galaxy.
That would have been sick.
Because like now you're
establishing a relationship
Yeah.
with Barcelona.
So trade in, trade
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so like I feel bad for that all because I think the only thing that's stopping his growth is just he's just way too good for this league.
Yeah.
And
He
now
needs to get out.
Now he needs to get out. He has outgrown the league. It's like that student that always like it doesn't find it challenging no more, so he's out
Right.
getting into trouble.
You gotta have him skip a grade.
So
Is that what you did in high school?
yeah, I was.
No,
way too
he
smart
was messing up, but
He
not
was
because
the
he was
friend
too
that
smart.
influenced the
Right.
good kid.
Right. Yeah.
Nah, I had to go to class for that. But
that would mean Julio went to class.
He was waiting during nutrition at the hallway doors. Hey man, don't go to class, bro.
shout out to Mr. B's classroom. You know what we did in there.
Oh God. Anyway.
Hey, yo.
Is that
Yeah, that was Makeout Central.
Oh my God.
No, but like
Continue.
like let's go back to like I feel bad for the kid. Like I think he's been in LA Galaxy a season way too long. Like it's time for him to go, spread his wings,
Right.
and fly away.
Aw.
If I believe it,
Sounds like you're gonna serenade
then I
him.
can see it.
Yeah, we're not quoting that guy on here.
Shout out Kills.
No, reverse shout out.
Shout out. I take it back.
Yeah, but no, it would like we said. I mean, multiple players on Galaxy, like even Efrain.
I heard he was going to Turkey. I don't know what happened to that.
Yeah,
That was a rumor as well. So
there's
like
a lot of rumors
Rumor has it.
of guys young breaking onto the team young. Like they have a very good
O'Neal should get some playing
development. They have
time.
a very good development academy, and we've seen a lot of prospects come out through LA Galaxy. But
has anybody really made it though out of that academy?
that's
Because like there was one. I feel like the first, say, mid 2010s, a lot of people from academies went and played left to.
and they went a little too early.
Yeah, and none of them really. Like Kobe's one of the guys. I think Ledesma was another guy. They had a lot of players that left on free transfers, and none of them really like. You don't hear from them anymore.
Right.
So
it's obviously a risk. There's a big risk reward with making that jump to Europe. Obviously, playing in MLS, you can play in MLS, you can make decent money. You're playing, solid competition. It's not the best in the world, but or you can really bet on
And that's the
yourself
hard part.
and go to Europe. So that's a scary thing for
like
players.
you play in LA, or of course
you're
you're not making
playing-
all that money.
you're in Los Angeles,
and you're in a
though.
big market. Then you have
Yeah.
to go to play in Europe and these mid-level teams.
Right.
And some of them are like in little cities, and you're like,
Yeah.
man, I just came from like having everything around to like new culture, nothing to do.
Although Ricky Pooch said that LA is whack because you can't walk anywhere. There's too much traffic.
Bridget said she would drive him everywhere.
Talk to me, Ricky. I got you.
The personal Uber driver.
I could show you around.
I don't got a car, but we can ride. She said,
Hey yo, she's
Uber
putting.
everywhere.
hey.
I was gonna say he's putting words in your mouth, but I think
Hey,
that was
no,
a confirmation.
Shout out
Hey,
Ricky.
listen, Julio sets me up, and I take it for
Yeah,
the shot. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, lefty
Left.
though.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she
lefty.
lefty.
Yeah.
I'm a left-handed. If you didn't know, now you know.
Right-footed, left-handed.
Hey, she
Yeah,
said she's
I'm-
left-handed, but they could be right together. Hey,
This is, you see what I'm saying?
bars.
You need a wingman, wing person. Julio's your guy.
Yeah, shout out to me. I can't be Ramsey's wingman.
Ramsey's like, can't relate.
Yeah.
Ramsey got to be my
Not all of
wingman.
us need
Ramsey
it.
got to be my wingman.
Yeah, right. Hey, no. Hey, yo.
Hey, what did
We
Eagle
know
Man?
this.
What did the Eagle Man's friend say? He said, remember in the tailgate?
Eagle man. Oh, what did he say? I'll be. Yeah, he said he's the eagle. He's the eagle, so he said I'll be your wingman.
Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah.
You missed it
You have to be there.
to understand.
Yeah.
First of all, I'll tell
If you don't know, now you know.
I love me some BMO, but The tailgate
was a
wet.
Wednesday night.
He
Oh
said,
my
he sent a
gosh.
picture and it was like 4 people tailgating.
It's Wednesday afternoon. People have work.
Yeah.
Bro, it's 4 people here. Why are you drunk?
Responsibilities.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, do you guys have anything else, or should we wrap things up?
So, no, I actually don't.
Dang, I thought you were gonna tell us some like important news.
All right, yeah. So, I really don't.
Oh, well,
You're not gonna say. You're not gonna. Are you?
Oh
Gonna
yeah.
wait?
So how good are you guys at snowboarding?
Oh yeah, we're doing a team. Well, I'm not. But we're doing a
Whack.
team mammoth trip this weekend.
I feel like this is like, all right, now, sorry. Before we end this, I feel like this is like an ongoing theme. Like me and Bridget go do something fun and
Ramsey doesn't.
never,
go.
Ramsey's never there.
That's
I was
crazy.
in
That's
Oakland.
crazy.
No,
That's
no.
crazy.
That's crazy.
That was just for Bridget's birthday when I was in Joshua Tree
Yeah,
cleansing
exactly.
my
Yeah.
pineal gland, decalcifying
And
my
now
pineal
what's-
gland.
now you're gonna
and I'm
be
playing baseball. I got my alumni.
Tiger
I got my
Woods.
alumni weekend. Like this
Okay,
comes
I
once
had
a
my
year.
alumni weekend and I went to our potluck instead.
But you didn't play sport there, UCR.
Ooh,
What
you're
are
not
you
a college
talking
athlete.
about?
Whoa.
Oh, for your place of college.
Yeah,
Oh my
they didn't have a UCR
Get,
club
get
alumni.
over it.
Nah, man, these are my. I'm not. Get
My
to see
alumni
these
game,
guys.
April 22nd. Shout out to
Hey.
all my
Oh.
AW people.
Urban Pitch
Urban Pitch,
road trip
Yuma.
to Arizona.
Down to Yuma.
Let's go. And shout out to Yuma, Arizona. I did great time there.
Sponsor our road trip.
Hey, sponsor our road trip. Find us on
Urban Pitch.
Go
Okay,
fund me.
all right. You've been listening to the Urban Pitch podcast, The Beautiful Game of Life.
Shout out to my Matadors.
Shout out to the Matadors, not CSUN Matadors, but the
AWC.
AWC Arizona Western Matadors. Shout out to Calu Kingsman, and shout out to the Highlanders. Shout out to UCR. Shout out to UCR. We're all college graduates here.
We did our thing.
Yeah, we did.
C's get degrees.
Yeah. But,
Hey, don't
we
put me in
appreciate-
that.
We appreciate y'all for making it this far. I know that today's episode was it took a little twist
fun
and
time.
turns, but it was a
I
good
know.
time.
Relax
I thought it was a
too.
good time. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Chilling, you know,
And you get to hang
feeling
out
the
with the
vibes.
Urban Pitch podcast crew. Shout out to Believe Network. Shout out to Roy Tro, our producer. Shout out to everybody who's listening.
And shout out to the last podcast that couldn't be aired out because of the microphone not working. Hopefully this one works.
Dang.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
next time.
It's just in the archives. You know, we'll
Next to Will
salvage it.
Ferrell.
Yeah, next to Will Ferrell.
Only the
but-
greatest are
we
archived.
got more stuff coming for y'all in the next couple weeks, so keep it tapped in. But until then, for Julian Monterosa, Bridget Flores, I'm Ramsey Abushala. We'll see y'all next time.
Bubba Sports.
Bye.